Hello, Space Pilot Mr. Cool Guy here. And the key card worked. Sort of. So it gave me access to this panel, which requires a code. But it is in an alien language I don't know. Would have thought I'd run into an alien language I haven't seen before. Must be Grelzon or something. Very clever. But I will crack it. And I will get through that door one way or another. Or perhaps I could just lure him out. I mean, he probably thinks everyone on board is in cryostasis, including me. So, if I find some way to lure him out like a ship emergency, then he'd have to come out and take care of it since no one else is technically available. Yes. Genius. I just have to figure out what exactly. But in the meantime, it's time for 10 more random facts you may or may not know. Starting with fact number 1. Peanut Pusher. Bob Salem did something nutty. He pushed a peanut all the way up Pikes Peak in Colorado with his nose. It takes a strong hiker around 8 hours to summit this 14,115 foot or 4,302 meter mountain. Bob's odd adventure, in a nutshell, took him 7 days. Using a spoon strapped to his face, he rolled his way to the summit. Strangely enough, Bob was not the first person to complete this challenge. He's actually the 4th. The last time was in 1976, making Bob the first person in the 21st century to push his peanut to the top. That is some dedication, like spending 7 days pushing a peanut to the top. Like, I mean, I guess you gotta have goals in life, and if that's one of your goals, then hey, so be it. Man, okay, you've pushed the peanut up a mountain. What about a cashew? Oh, you better be careful climbing up that mountain. Who knows if I'll be able to catch you. Alright, time for fact number 2. Turbocharged. The e-scooter championship is the world's first race series for electric scooters. Huh. The race sees riders zipping around city streets on custom scooters at speeds of up to 60 miles per hour or 37 kilometers per hour. The championship debuted in London in 2022. There, 30 racers from 10 national teams drove their scooters on a 1,542 foot long 470-meter course with 12 turns. The event not only created a new sport, it also promoted a safe and sustainable way to travel that is kind to the planet. Everybody wins. I mean, if people can race in custom built out houses or whatever, then why not race on electric scooters? Right? Why not? Man, like, could you imagine pitching that idea? Right? You're pitching this idea for a new sport, right? And you're in a meeting, I've got an idea for a new sport. A new sport, you say? Well, by all means, tell us this idea of yours, and it better be a good one. Electric scooter racing. We could call it e-scooter racing, but we replace the C with a K and remove the E in scooter. E-scooter racing. But why? Well, if they can have races with custom-built outhouses, then why can't we have an e-scooter racing championship? You make a good point. Alright, we'll do it. Yep. Just seeing people scooting at 60 miles per hour or 37 kilometers per hour. Just scoot along. It's time for fact number 3. Happy Feet. Lucas, an African penguin at San Diego Zoo in California, can walk more easily after being fitted with a pair of padded neoprene and rubber boots. Lucas was diagnosed with a degenerative condition called bumblefoot, which causes painful lesions in birds' feet. Zookeepers encouraged him to walk across sand to make impressions of his feet. Using those, they created molds that a specialist company used to make the custom footwear. That's pretty incredible. But dang. Who knew? Even animals, well, birds, I should say, sometimes need special footwear or things for their feet or their wings. Dang. But hey, at least he's able to swim in peace now. Because it doesn't hurt to swim anymore. Yeah, well, I guess you can say he now has some happy feet. Oh. Well, it's time to move on to fact number 4. Scorpion surprise. Ooh. After a trip to Croatia, a woman returned to her home in Natternbach, Austria, to find that 18 scorpions, you heard that right, 18, a mother and 17 babies, had stowed away in her suitcase. Like, how? Like, okay, how did 18, like a mother and 17 of her babies, get into your suitcase? Like, okay, you were in Austria. Oh yeah. I mean, they had to have gotten into wherever you were staying. And then you left your suitcase open and they all crawled in. You closed it and then they hitched a ride. Like, dang. That is... Oh no. She returned to Austria, so she got them from Croatia. They survived a trip in her suitcase all the way from Croatia to Austria. That is, yeah, it freaked her out, opening the suitcase to find 18 scorpions. Granted, 17 of them were babies, but still. Ugh. Anyways, let's move on to fact number 5. Canine Conga. German dog trainer Wolfgang Laufenberger taught 14 dogs to walk in a conga line together, all standing on their hind legs with their front paws resting on the dog in front. He has also trained one of his dogs, Baloo, to jump rope on his hind legs, and together the pair skipped over a rope 32 times in 30 seconds. Okay, that's some impressive dogs. Man. Man, bruh, could you imagine, like, you came from the bar or whatever, and you didn't drink a lot, right? And you see a line of 14 dogs doing the conga, you're gonna question just how much you had to drink. Right? Or like you were like holding a beer bottle. Right? Just the one. Right? You had only drank like half of it. You're gonna be looking at like, was this my first one? What is in this? I think I've had enough. Am I drunk? Or probably even more weird looking if you were like high or whatever. Right? Whoa. Dang, these are some strong stuff I took. I swear I see dogs doing the conga. Whoa. Didn't tell me it was this strong. Ooh, man. Ugh. That would definitely mess with someone. Right? But anywho, let's move on to fact number 6. Bee bait. The bucket orchid plant of South and Central America has a clever way of spreading its pollen. It lures a bee with a sticky aromatic liquid into which the bee falls. The bee's only way to escape from the plant is through a narrow spout coated in pollen, which sticks to the bee's furry body. And when the bee is drawn to another bucket orchid, the pollen falls off and pollinates it. Huh. That is interesting. A plant that captures the bee, but at least the bee is able to escape. and pollinate other bucket orchids. Yeah, I guess the plant is ensuring that the bee gets enough pollen to properly pollinate its brethren, right? It's making sure the bee doesn't do the bare minimum. Like, there's a bee coming. Alright. I better make sure it sticks around long enough to get enough pollen for my brethren. I wouldn't want them getting the bare minimum amount and dying. Gotta make sure this bee is being a hard worker. Yeah. But anyways, let's move on to fact number 7. Funky Feast. Thorablow is a traditional Icelandic midwinter festival where they eat many delicacies, including I apologize if you are eating. Sour ram's testicles. You heard that right. The testicles are washed and then pickled for several months in whey before being sliced and served. Why? Like, okay, I'm just like, I don't, like, I know that whoever first, like, tried it didn't have it pickled or sourified, right? They were out there and they needed food to survive, right? Because they were desperate. But there were like so many other parts of the ram they could have ate. Like, okay, unless they had consumed all the other ram parts, like all the fat and the meat, you know, like liver or whatever. And that was the only thing left, right? And there wasn't any other ram in sight. I mean, you gotta do what you have to survive, right? But, person who decided, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna pickle it in whey for several months so I can have sourified ram's testicles. That there is no explanation for why they would do it. Because if you are out there trying to survive and you're doing what you have to survive, you're not gonna sit and wait months for your survival food to pickle and whey. You wouldn't be able to do that. So, whoever came up with the idea to do that, what was going through your head when you thought of that? I mean, to each their own. Every culture is allowed to have their own traditions and types of food, but really? Like, I know there's the Scottish with the haggis, but it's just a sheep's stomach. I mean, it's not pleasant sounding to me, but it sounds more pleasant than, you know, the. Alright, let's move on. To fact number 8. Bendy border. Contrary to popular belief, Colorado's borders do not form a perfect rectangle. Instead, the state's marginally meandering borders give it 697 sides, making it a hexahectaenneacontachiheptagon. Try saying that 5 times fast. That sure is a mouthful, but dang. I mean, when you look at it on the map, it looks like a rectangle, but it's not. No, it's a hexahectaenneacontachiheptagon. It has 697 sides. Not 4 sides like a rectangle. Nope, 697 sides, making it a hexahectaenneacontachiheptagon. I don't know why I keep saying that. I just... It's one of those words, you know? We just repeat it over and over again. Just 'cause. And you can't really explain why. You just do, 'cause it's just one of those words. You know, the hexahectaenneacontachiheptagon, which has 697 sides. Not 4 sides like a rectangle, no, it's 697 sides, which makes it a hexahectaenneacontachiheptagon. And we're gonna move on to fact number 9. Before I wear this gag out. Well, it's not a gag. Before I wear the joke out. Or the funny bit. Fact number 9. Long Bar. The Humble Baron Whiskey Distillery in Shelbyville, Tennessee has a bar that's 518 feet or 158 meters long, the length of 6.5 tennis courts. That is a really long bar. That is... wow. I mean... dang. I mean, just imagine you just wake up one day and like, I'm gonna build the world's largest bar. Just you wait and see. I'm gonna build a bar so long it'll be the length of 6.5 tennis courts, boy. Just you watch. Your old pops is gonna build a really long bar. Well, why, father? Why are you gonna build yourself the world's longest bar? 'Cause I can. Just imagine it. Bar the length of 6.5 tennis courts that can draw in lots of people. Well, I mean, I guess. Just you watch. It's gonna be successful. Called the Humble Baron Distillery. Yeah, pretty humble. For a man who's gonna build the longest bar. Yeah, that's real humble. Just you watch. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be successful. Alright, time for fact number 10. Slow structure. Germany's Cologne Cathedral took 632 years to build, Construction of the cathedral began in 1248, but it was not finished until 1880. At 516.4 feet, or 157.4 meters long, it was the tallest building in the world for 4 years, until the completion of the Washington Monument. Dang, that's a long time. Man, can you imagine? You hear about the cathedral, it's kind of a new one to visit, but it's taken hundreds of years to build. Man, the patience of people back then was... yeah, it was probably higher. The patience of people today, right? Like, in today's world, there will be people who will complain about, oh, my loading time for this game is so slow. Take like 20 minutes. You should have taken less than 5, maybe less than 1. Why are you so slow? My video's buffering. Man, now I gotta wait on it to buffer. Oh no, a 30-second ad. What a time waster. Can I at least skip it? A 5-second unskippable ad? Like, wow. You can't, like, it's 5 seconds. These people had to spend 632 years to build a cathedral. The people in Germany had to wait 632 years for a cathedral. Right? 632. The Israelites had to spend 40 years wandering through the desert. And yet you all complain about a 5-second unskippable ad. 5 seconds. Like, that's just sad. It really is. But anyways, there was 10 random facts you may or may not have known, but you know now. Was there any that you knew? If so, let me know down below. And hey, if you liked it, then like the video. And of course, also in the comments, if you have any additional information you'd like to share, then go ahead and share it. Who knows? You may surprise Space Pilot Mr. Cool Guy. And you know, if you want to see more, then subscribe. It would really help out. If you keep going back for more and you aren't subscribed, then subscribe, because it'll notify you as soon as a new one is posted. And you can turn on notifications to be extra notified. And you know, share this with others so they get the chance to enjoy these too. And well, I'm Space Pilot Mr. Cool Guy. And as I always say, when it comes to the facts, to infinity and more facts.